Hey guys, Squatch here. So in this video we're going to talk about some things that are going pretty good and some things that are okay when it comes to YouTube. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about the positive, and the positive thing is that we've reached a pretty significant milestone. For us on the channel, we have reached 5,000 subscribers, and it seems like every time I do one of these videos and I talk about our subscribers and the people that support us, I get kind of talky, I guess, but we have again hit 5,000 subscribers, and we are blown away. I am humbled beyond words as to how much I appreciate all of you guys, all the guys on Patreon, all the guys that's helped us along the way, all the kind words, even some of the smart remarks, and all the trolling and whatever that comes along with it. I'm appreciative for all of it. And I wanted to personally thank all of you who's been with us from day one. The guys that just started today or following us, whatever, it's awesome. And again, thank you so much. But I want to talk about the things that are going on kind of behind the scenes. And some of you have probably seen this if you follow other creators on YouTube, and you're seeing posts like showing a picture of their channel got a strike 2. This video got tore down. This video is not monetized any longer. And to kind of give you guys a perspective, that is happening, it seems like every week. Even older videos that we put out are getting flagged. And that's just kind of what we got to work around YouTube. And we have had a lot of success taking videos and making them go back and review them, physically by a human being. I think within their logarithm or whatever AI that YouTube's using to confirm content, automatically flags anything firearm related, reloading related, and so on. So that's a constant thing that we're dealing with on a week-to-week basis. And very few of our videos have actually got the strike permanently there. Everything has been kind of overturned. And I think, for me, looking at the community guidelines, it's very gray, and I think they want it that way. So they can kind of pick and choose what they want. Maybe I'm just having a conspiracy theory on YouTube, but in any event, we fight those battles every week, and whether they're taking a video down or they're demonetizing, those are the things that we fight with on a weekly basis. So in regards to the channel, I want to quickly talk about monetization, because that seems to be the thing that we get fought with the most because of the advertisers and the content that we provide. Now we try to, again, we're not showing anyone how to, I guess, assemble, make ammunition, giving out recipes and things like that. We try to do it in a way that we're breaking it down in a step-by-step process, because for us it's not about it is about the big picture, but we're more interested in providing detail on the individual steps, because that seems to be what new reloaders especially struggle with and need some more in-depth, not hands-on type instruction, but watching it get done and providing the value and educational aspect of it that we want to do. So as far as that's concerned, I think we're doing the best that we can to work within those guidelines, and we all know that those guidelines are ever changing. So if we get into a spot where that's not working, then monetization won't be something that we will do any longer. The only reason that we're doing it is one, we're not getting rich from it by any stretch of the imagination, but what it is allowing us to do is to make purchases like video equipment, lighting, different bits and pieces to this equipment. Getting benches set up so that we can provide the content that we want to provide. And again, we're not getting a lot of money. It's basically helps us cover the expense that we're taking out of our own personal accounts and trying to keep the channel growing and continue to provide content that's worthwhile and that people are interested in. Because at the end of the day, that's always been the goal. Focus on the guys that are, or gals that are wanting to get into reloading. Reading the manuals is very intimidating, so our goal from the beginning has been to break it down into content that was, one, easy to understand, take the intimidation factor out of it, and provide enough information where you can set the intimidation to the side and decide if you're going to jump into it. You know, even some of the guys that are seasoned, trying to provide some value or different perspectives on things to improve your process, make you better at reloading, make you more consistent, and even safer reloader. So that's always been where we've been coming from, and that's where we're going to continue to focus, regardless of how it shakes out with community guidelines, monetization. If we got to look at other platforms, we will. We have been, but you know, the audience on YouTube is huge, and you know, that's where we feel we're providing the right amount of value, and that's kind of where we're stuck at the moment. But all that being said, again, 5,000 subscribers, awesome. We appreciate it and are humbled, and thank you very much. And that's all I'm going to say about all of that. Now, as far as reloading content, things that we got in the works, we are going to go back to the 223 again on the XL750. A few weeks ago, we dropped a video from the CP2000 press over there where we sized, trimmed, and swaged those primer pockets all on that press. Now, what I wanted to do is kind of segue off or leapfrog off of that, and my next step and how I set it up on the XL750 Progressive. What dyes I'm using to basically, I'm trying to streamline the process so those higher quantities are achievable, but also produce a round that's high quality, consistent, and accurate with the tools that are available for the Dillon XL750. The other thing that we want to do is we're going to do a complete setup series on straight wall pistol cartridge. Not sure which one yet, but I'm thinking maybe 9mm, always a popular one. Guys jumping into reloading like 9mm, 45 ACP, something like that, on the RL1100. And that's going to be pretty lengthy, but we're going to break it down step by step so it's not overwhelming. And part of that series, one of the big questions that I get all the time is, do I buy an XL750 or do I buy an RL1100? And wow, that is a loaded question because they're both fantastic presses. They both provide a lot of value for what you're paying, but they're both completely different animals. And I want to break it down into, from a value perspective, your budget perspective, what you can do for the same amount of money on both presses, and hopefully provide enough information where you can decide, you know what, that press is for me, that's the one I'm going to go. So that's what I want to accomplish in that series. We're also going to do some series on calibers, and here's a good example of where the monetization comes into. It allows us to buy dies and things and for calibers that I don't normally reload. For example, 357 SIG is a very interesting cartridge. It's a bottleneck pistol cartridge, and we're going to do a setup and series on that because it's pretty complicated. I get a lot of questions on it. I haven't reloaded for it in a long time, so I'm going to have to practice and go back through some old notes before I jump into that, but that's the kind of stuff that we're wanting to do, and those will all be coming up very soon. There's also some follow-up videos that we need to do. For example, on the Dillon primer filler, we're going to do an update video on that, you know, after having it 6, 7, 8 months. What are our thoughts on it now? And you know, just stuff like that we're going to continue to work on. And as always, your question, your interaction is what drives us and motivates us to, you know, go those different avenues. And of course, all of that, we're going to have to do a bench update because we've kind of changed things out down here so we have more flexibility to pull. We could pull all these Dillons out and put our Reddings in, our CBS. We got lots of options, and those are things that we want to cover as well. Now, aside from reloading, we threw out a survey a few weeks ago because there's other things that we're into, like you know, obviously the hunting stuff, archery. Deer rifle season's coming up here in Ohio in the next couple months, so we want to do some archery stuff. 350 Legend, 450 Bushmaster, those are things that we want to do, and they're not necessarily reloading related, but you know, add some variety to the channel, hopefully get a bigger audience, and just kind of see where it goes. You know, for us, a lot of this is networking too, so it's all part of us sharing what we're passionate about. And keep putting this content out here. With that being said, we are also big avid off-roaders. So we're in the process of building a new buggy for next year. So we're going to document that process from start to finish, upgrades and tire choices and different rides and things. And so we're going to put that stuff out here too. Just because we're sharing a piece of a little tidbit of what we're passionate about, part of our life, and that's what we want to do. And if those videos aren't for you, just scroll on by. But I'm sure you'll find them entertaining at least. So that's kind of where we're at with YouTube, what we got kind of in the works. And again, we're very flattered, humbled, and very excited to have over 5,000 subscribers now. And again, thank you so much. So we're going to keep pushing forward, putting up the fight, and doing what we can do. And again, we appreciate you. But as always, we'll see you on the next video, and God bless.